Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the call. I'm excited to get on with us. Hi, so you guys. Missouri, love you guys. I'm not jealous. I'm happy for you guys. It's great. You guys earned that trip, so awesome. Welcome to the call tonight. I'm Jean Salzwedel, Orange, Wisconsin. My husband is actually on with me tonight, not in the same location. This is actually part of our why we'll share just a little bit later on. So I'm going to let it hop on and say hi quick.
Hi, I'm down by Milwaukee. Was hoping to get home tonight, but didn't get that way.
So yeah, Carl drives truck, and so we never really know if he's going to be home with us or not. So we scheduled this call, planning to do it together, and like we do Isagenix together. So again, this is part of our why. So again, thank you guys for jumping on tonight. We're super excited you're here. I'm going to start just a little bit with my story, how I guess came to start using Isagenix. I have been a fitness instructor for 15 years, certified personal trainer, worked as a management coach for probably the last 16 or 17 years. And I personally firsthand have seen what toxins and lack of nutrients are doing, not only to myself, but with my participants also. So I literally was on my hands and knees praying for a solution to our lack of nutrients, the toxins in our food. I've been actually quite concerned about my job and career, just not knowing how in the years going forward, we were going to deal with the toxins in our food. So I personally was dealing with a lot of issues just with my body kind of shutting down. I teach 10 to 15 classes, fitness classes a week. And so not having those nutrients, that nourishment was really affecting me both with my energy, my endurance. And I really was at the point where I was not sure how I was going to, you guys are so cute. Hi. I see Hilari peeking her face at the screen. I can't help but be a little distracted by that. Okay, so anyway, back to my story. So I really was worried about whether or not I was going to be able to continue working as a fitness instructor. I didn't have energy, I didn't feel good, and I was starting to experience all of the symptoms of hypothyroidism, actually less my thyroid and the stress that was taxing my system, just not having an overload of toxins all the time, just really was zapping my energy. Until I started Isagenix, how much I was conserving my energy on a daily basis until I got those superfoods in my body and I was feeling amazing. I didn't realize that I would not do some of my household tasks, or I would hold back on what I needed. I've got another class to teach in, a half a day, or maybe tomorrow morning. It's going to be intense, and I need to save up my energy for that. And so, it was what that meant. And so, a friend of mine, goodness, I don't know if she's on this call. Lovingly shared with her, we're both avid paddle boarders, last Isagenix for a year, this nutrition, and she's like, it was helping her. She was struggling with some of the same me, and so I was a skeptic. I nutrition before, having sourced good vitamins and good minerals along with protein. I'll be honest, it wasn't doing anything for me. I couldn't tell a difference when I took it versus when I didn't take it. So I talked to my hubby. We weren't really in a position to purchase a pack, but I started with and I wouldn't change that today, tomorrow, or ever. It's a great pack to start with everything that my body needed. If somebody is in the background, maybe not it is. Awesome. I don't know if I can do it again, and I can just hear a lot of background noise. So a couple days into the system, I started feeling the difference. And like I said, I've used supplements all of my life. I've been working as a fitness instructor and weight management coach. So I wouldn't say I've tried anything. I'm not ever a research. I tried, and so I hadn't, but I had never had anything that I put in my body for 2 or 3 weeks where my body literally felt like it lit up. My pack came on a Tuesday. Carl was on the road all week. I see him, and so he got home Friday, and I'm at the door, and he instantly said, "Different about you," and I could feel it, but I realized he was going to be able to do it externally. So that was really, that was the beginning of my Isagenix journey, and just I really was doing it for myself. I took the products. I just needed to feel better, not everybody. And then, as a little bit of time went on, I realized that my passion helped feel good. Sharing was a natural progression of that. It took I needed to kind of get my head wrapped around it, and I needed to start feeling good myself. But then I realized it was selfish of me not to share. So that's when I started sharing. So I'm going to let Carl share just a little bit about his Isagenix journey, because he started 2 days after. So you're up, babe.
Okay, we'll see if you can hear me. I'm only getting little splotches, what Jean was saying. I don't know if it's my internet connection or what. But I come from a background of farming and family businesses, and I did farming for the last 15 years up until 2018. Very stressful, working all the time, working 24 hours a day, or not working 24 hours a day, but on call and 7 days a week. So it was very stressful. You'd get up in the middle of the night. We grew cranberries, so it's kind of a big babysitting job. But it just got to the point where the stress and the family businesses and stuff, it just wasn't worth it anymore. It wasn't just hurting me and my health, but it was hurting my family's health also, and just mentally, too, being the fact that I wasn't home most of the time. So I quit doing that and just kind of jumped in to try a different career. So I started driving trucks, something to get us by for now. But while driving truck and stuff, it kind of became obvious to me that I needed to do something, because a little different with my health, because I started driving truck, and I went from being physically active all the time to just sitting all the time. And I'd be hungry all the time, and I'd bring my cooler of food with me. I thought I had enough to last me all week, and because of my hunger and stuff, I ended up cleaning my cooler out usually by Tuesday, completely gone. So then it was this gas station food the rest of the week. And I think everybody knows where that gets you over time. So I'd been driving truck for like 4 months is all. And Jean started getting these products, and she got her value pack. And I could tell that it made a big difference with her just the few days that she'd been on it. So I proceeded. She decided that we would just have the one account, and she says, well, we probably don't need to get an account for you. Well, I packed up half of her pack and took it with me the next week, because I want to feel that good too, so then she decided that week that she had stuff missing, that no, you're going to get your own account too. So the following, I think it was the following week, I got an account. So I guess as of September 10th was my 1 year anniversary for that. But before I was on these products, I had problems with sleeping. You'd think I was working all the time, I'd want to just sleep at night. Well, I couldn't sleep at night, and I never did get a good rest of night's sleep. And then when I did want to sleep, it was during the day. Whenever I wasn't doing anything, all I wanted to do was go find the recliner chair and sleep. That's it. Even though deep down I wanted to do stuff, it's like it just wasn't possible. So I got on these products, and that kind of took care of the napping and stuff, and I got energy to do stuff. And so, I mean, there's stuff around the house that hadn't been done for 3 or 4 years that all of a sudden got done. I also like the fact that I can get up in the morning and I can feel limber. I don't need a half an hour to get stretched out to be limber. I started out with the value pack also, and I take the shake and the Ionics and just about everything. And I've been on it for a year, and I don't regret it. And it's the best thing I've ever done. I could never stop doing it. I feel so good. And the system is pretty awesome too, because it's forgiving. You can maybe mess up a little bit, and over time, when you mess up, you kind of realize in the back of your mind when stuff comes up that you know how you're going to feel. So it's easy to walk away from temptations. And I guess over the last year, I've been mentally a lot healthier, physically a lot healthier, 40 pounds lighter, and I'm able to do things I couldn't before. You know, I paddleboarded this year, and the previous year I couldn't. I didn't have no balance. Being heavier didn't help. Wasn't limber enough. And just being on these products alone has made all the difference in the world, you know. And I need to incorporate the exercise part of it into it more so than what I do, but it's tough to do when you're in a truck all day and you work a 14-hour shift. The other great thing about this is I can work. You can work 14 hours and never feel tired all day long. You know, you're alert. I mean, it makes you a safer person all around. And like, I guess the goal with getting on these products in the first place was just to be healthy. And, you know, at 46 years old or 47, however old I am, I don't remember.
46, honey.
Okay. Yeah. That's about when people start having health problems and type 2 diabetes and all these other things. And that kind of stuff kind of scares me. I've never had to be on medication my whole life. And I guess that kind of scares me enough that I want to be healthy and not be on any of that stuff. And I think this is a great preventative program for that. Another thing I like about this is the convenience. You know, it's easy to take with you. I mean, I can pack my bag. Everything is in this book bag for the whole week. I mean, I got shake and multivitamins, bars, everything. So, I mean, it's super easy, super quick. I mean, if I know I'm going to be gone all week long, I'll throw in the blender too and bring it with me. We took a trip to Bogota, Colombia, a missions trip in January. We took all this stuff with us. It was so easy. It doesn't take a whole lot of space. We went on our trip, had our Ionics and at least one shake a day. And it just made the trip awesome because you were full of energy the whole time. I guess
I'm going to jump in.
Okay, you go ahead. I'm running out of time. My brain is going.
You're doing great, babe. Speaking is not Carl's thing, so I'm really proud of him for jumping on and sharing his story. So, yeah, we all have our little easier and harder things, so I'm proud of him for doing that. But that's how passionate we are about the products and just the Isagenix company in general, because the integrity of the company, the products are absolutely amazing. They're never on trial as far as the products and that they work. I mean, I'm guessing that most of you on the call have at least put some products in your body. Even if you're brand new, you've maybe tried something. It tastes amazing. You feel amazing. I mean, this company is just not beatable. One of the things that I really want to share is our why. So it's obvious by the fact that Carl's in a different location, 3 hours from our house, that this isn't the ideal life for us. We're working on it, and this is Isagenix is our tool that we're going to use to get there. And in a year, we've made good progress. I'm excited about that, and I'm going to do a few that I don't know who's not muted again. If you can mute yourself, that would be great. But just the fact that for Carl and I to not know whether he's home each night, what responsibilities there is or isn't going to be at our house, is really the main reason why we're pursuing Isagenix beyond just using the products. Their compensation plan, when Hilari shared it with me that first time, totally blew me away. I own I actually own and my fitness business also. I have to be there in order to if I don't feel good and I can't class, I don't make anything that day. I'm betting most of you that are on this call, if you don't show up to work, you don't get paid. Have some at a time, but I'm betting that there's no compensation if you're there. Oh, this is one thing, and I'm going to switch over to screen sharing. Excuse me for just 1 second. I'm going to just share this photo. Hilari shared this with me. Carl, can you see that? Sure. Can you give me a thumbs up if you see it? Okay,
Just a second here. Yep, I see it.
okay, great. So this screen really just totally everything for me. Hilari uses this in her compensation plan explanation, and I think that's where I saw it the first time. It was probably actually when she came in October last year, and but for sure at NYKO. Talking about the value of even just one cycle. So I only got one cycle, or maybe I only got paid one cycle. I've shared with 2 people and I just get one cycle. So this shows you that one cycle, $54. If you got that one cycle, and this is weekly, so obviously if it's a little bit different, but this was a big eye opener for me. This one every single the amount of capital that you would need to generate that income at an interest rate of 0.03, you would need $93,600 in the bank in order to earn $54. And so that was just huge to realize that. I think sometimes we think, well, we want more. Or what we're putting into it obviously is going to be part of how many cycles we're earning, how much, whether you're decide each day to share with someone. But that cycle, I think that most of the people on this call, and I don't want to speak for anybody, don't have $90 in a bank account just sitting there with interest. And I don't any bank that are paying that interest rate just for using the products ourselves. And once you've enrolled those 2 people, so it's just 2 people maybe that are looking for this, maybe they need some nutrient support somewhere. Just those 2 people opens up a whole window, a whole door of possibilities. And a lot of people that we have on our team that have just enrolled those 2 people, 2 of their friends and family, maybe their mom and their sister, their spouse like me. My 2 people are my mom and my husband. They're using 100 BV of products every month. I'm using my 100 BV. That keeps us all active. And that $54.10 gets paid every time there's that 900 on that cycle. And so that's huge for me. So that's just a piece of the amazing generosity that Isagenix has through our system. So I'm super grateful for that. Carl, did you have something that you wanted to share about IceBody?
Yeah, I guess in regards to payments, you know, I got a couple of, we're kind of more focusing on building Jean's side of the, building her stuff up so everybody gets signed up under her, but I got a couple people signed up under me. I got my son and then someone else. And, you know, I don't get a payment every week, but usually every 2 to 3 weeks. And I might have a batch where I get a payment every week for a little bit. You know, it doesn't pay for all my groceries, but it pays for a portion. And, you know, and I had enough money in my ISO wallet to get my ticket for New Year's kickoff 2020, because I went in 19 and I'm definitely going in 2020 because it was a blast. I mean, it was so much fun. The IceBody challenge, me and my wife Jean have been doing it. You know, we're just getting close to our third challenge. I'm a little bit behind her. I'm almost done with my third challenge, but she's done with her third. And that's $1,200 between the two of us. That all we had to do was take some pictures and do a little writing and submit it. You know, it really didn't take a whole lot of time out of our day to make $1,200. You know, that's, Isagenix is so generous. I mean, it's just awesome.
And I want to just encourage anybody from a fitness standpoint. I am so excited about the new Tri-Release protein that just launched today, you guys. If you haven't had time, there was a great kind of a live video, I believe it was at isagenixlive.com, that explained the new products there. The new repair product is going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be off the charts. But that new protein that is out, just if you watch that video, they're showing you people who are already using it and just the progress that they have made using that protein versus just the whey protein only, because that Tri-Release is 3 different kinds of protein and they all release at a different rate to give our muscles kind of a fast source of protein, a medium, quick source of protein, and then something that's longer, so that our muscles are getting that fuel that we need to get results we've never seen before. So I definitely encourage you, if you haven't checked that out, if you haven't gone on, definitely go check that out, because from a fitness standpoint, it was in my cart as soon as I was done teaching my AM class. Like, I literally, when I saw 9 o'clock ding on my clock in my studio, I still had 15 more minutes, and I literally, like, I had to keep telling myself, like, pay attention, because I could not wait to go on and get that order. And I ordered the whole bundle. I've used Nitro before, and I'm recommitting. I mean, Lou, you'll love that, to my Nitro. I've always used Power as a pre-workout. I like Nitro, but I'm gonna just jump in 2 feet with my Nitro. I've been using the Recover, which is now the BCAA Plus, for a long time. My sister is actually just new to it, and she just has been setting up her house, and so she's been painting and doing all kinds of stuff that she wasn't doing before. And she comes to me one day and she's like, I am so sore from all this painting and like just repetitively doing things you haven't done. And I said, well, I've got Recover in my bag. And I said, I'll make you some. And so I made her up a serving of Recover. And she said within 30 minutes, she could tell a difference in her muscles. And so the next day she comes up to me and she's like, sis, will you make me some more of that Recover? Like, I felt so good after that, but she's like, now I need more. I was painting again last night because I finally felt good enough to do that. And so it's just, I can't say enough about the fact that you take these products, you feel the difference, and you feel it when you use them. So, you know, if you're, you know, maybe just dabbling in it a little bit, I'd encourage you to be consistent. I'd encourage you to get up each day and put those products in your body. It's amazing the difference that most people see in a week. Now, everybody's got a different situation, and you might, you know, be on a lot of medications or really having major issues. You know, I'm not saying that it's going to fix or cure anything, and certainly not necessarily in any prescribed amount of time. Everybody's different, but I can tell you that when you put the products in your body and you're consistent, it's amazing the difference that you can feel. So I want to open it up. We've got a few more minutes yet, so that if anybody has any questions. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute the lines. I'm going to stop recording.